Good day, everyone. I am Mary Joy Angana, your English pre-service teacher. For today's lesson, we will be discussing about the individual variation in monitor use. So the first type is the monitor over users. This is common with second language learners focused mainly in grammar rules. They tend to correct themselves with barely fluency to speak because they use the monitor all the time. So in this type of monitor users, they tend to always monitor their grammars when they are speaking the second language they have learned. So it results that they are not fluent in speaking the language because they become hesitant in speaking because of always correcting themselves, always checking on grammars if they are speaking the language properly. And the second type is the monitor under users. This happens when learners depend only on their acquired system. They don't self-correct if they don't feel an error during their utterances. They associate the way they speak with previous knowledge about the target language they know. They barely pay attention to the formal knowledge they received, and they don't want to use it, whether they speak correctly or not. So in this type of monitor users is obviously the opposite of monitor over users, because in this type is the learners doesn't always correcting themselves or giving time in correcting their grammars, as long as they speak and they believe that it is the knowledge they have learned in speaking the language, so they feel confident in speaking on it without any hesitant in speaking the language. So lastly, the optimal monitor users. As the name describes, learners use the monitor process in the most effective way when they need to communicate in a correct form, but they are able to express much spontaneously without taking too much time, and they also speak in a comprehensible form for native and non-native speaker of the target language. These learners use the three conditions and to make their output accurate. So in this type of monitor users, the speakers or the learners of the second language would not always check their grammars or monitor themselves when they are speaking, but they apply it when it is necessary and if it is appropriate. For example, in formal events, of course, they have to be fluent in speaking the language. They should be watchful on what's coming out on their mouths, and they talk or speak comprehensively with native or non-native speakers of the particular language they have learned, and that they make sure that it would not consume too much time in speaking the language. So it is also for them to come up with a good or nice output, or maybe better conversation. And that's all for today. Hope you learned something. Have a good day.